stopping. We're not delaying. The information is always going to be concise and on point. My guests represent a Merit Financial Group, AFG. AFG believes that everyone needs a coach in every aspect of their lives. They can provide you with coaching when it comes to teaching you risk-free, tax-advantage wealth accumulation strategies. Please welcome, without further ado, to our show, Mr. Winston Green and Mr. Rich Thompson. Welcome, gentlemen, both of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Clark.
Thank you. Well, Clark, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting us to the show and also congratulating you on your 100th episode. Hope you see many more.
Thank you so much, Winston.
Yeah, well, basically what we wanted to – I'm sorry. Did you want me to kind of explain a little bit of AFG and what we're about, also introduce my partner?
Do you have my notes over here? I think you got my notes there because my first question was going to be, first off, please share with us a bit about AFG and how long you've been around and what's the company's overall strategy. So it is on you, sir, you and Mr. Thompson.
Well, I've had the pleasure of – I've just actually come on with AFG over the last 6 months to 12 months. I had the wonderful pleasure of reacquainting myself with Rich Thompson again. Just like yourself, Rich had been in business as an entrepreneur for several years, and we had done very well with the real estate, and he had kind of gone off into a different avenue. And so just happened to run into him, and he explained what AFG was doing lately, and I was just blown away. And basically, AFG, they provide financial strategies that are just totally foreign to the average individual at this particular time. They show you how to build tax-free retirement, cash accumulations. They have savings vehicles that have little to no risk. And we just show you how to recapture wealth transfer that people don't even know that they're losing. So Rich has been in the business for a long time, and so I won't necessarily try to explain his story. But, Rich, are you there?
I am, Winston.
Okay. Just tell us a little bit, tell the crowd a little bit about AFG, what we're really all about, and maybe a little brief background, and then we could kind of go into more detail, answer some questions that Clark might have.
All right. Thanks, Winston. First, I'd like to reiterate Winston's sentiments, Clark, and just say thanks for congratulations, first of all, and also thank you very much for having us on the show.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, a little bit about myself and AFG. I've been a serial entrepreneur myself for about the last 17 years. Got into the financial services industry a little over 10 years ago, and we ran a pretty big operation focusing mainly on the senior market when we first started. But as things happened in the marketplace and the ups and downs that we've all experienced with the economy, we kind of went on a search to kind of insulate ourselves from some of the things that were going on and try to recoup some losses, if you will, that we had experienced. So we sought mentorship with some acquaintances that we had in the industry who were doing very well and who had one in particular who had a very strong reputation for some of the strategies that he was teaching in the financial arena with some very affluent clients that were basically seeking him out. Myself, I met with him and was mentored with these strategies, and just as Winston is blown away by what I've shown him, I just basically have taught him what I was taught by my mentors, and basically what it boils down to, what I found out that myself, along with really the majority of our society, we are really financially illiterate. We just are really exposed to mainstream strategies, and we're all really, we have a herd mentality, if you will, and we're all doing the same thing. So we're basically all losing money at the same time, and we're making money at the same time. But, you know, and once you really understand what's really going on and how money actually works, it really changes your position in the financial world. For instance, we actually do what banks tell us to do with our money, but not what banks actually do with their money. And when you're able to look behind that curtain, as my mentor showed me, and what the banks are actually doing with their money and how their money's not at risk, with at least their Tier 1 money, we call it, which is their foundation money, you can really do some phenomenal things. So, for instance, did you know that it was actually possible to earn money on a dollar at the same time you actually spend the dollar? That sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Well, what about this one?
It certainly does.
Were you aware that you could actually use the same money over and over again while at the same time accumulating more money for the rest of your life? It sounds impossible, but it's not. See, it can be done by utilizing the cash flow strategy, as I said, that banks have used for centuries but would never really share with the general public. And the only way you'll ever get this information is if you're taught directly from another individual who's actually using the strategy. This is because anyone who understands this wealth strategy is surely using it for themselves, like we are now.